Welcome to Fly By Money. Derek here. I want to thank you guys for all the views I've received, thousands of views in the last 30 days. I want to thank you guys for that. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And to show you guys my appreciation for the views and the likes and the comments, for anyone liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, I'm going to be giving someone a $40 gift card if we hit 50 likes in the next 10 days on this video. Just put your name in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel to be a part of the drawing. So thank you guys for watching, and here's your video. All right, let's talk a little bit about Rolls Royce, the stock. Okay, now Rolls Royce is not what you think. It is not the automobile company. It's not your rapper's car. Okay, this is going to be Rolls Royce Defense, Aerospace, and Power Systems. Okay, Rolls Royce actually sold that part of the business to BMW years ago, and they're focusing primarily on those three components of their business. Okay, to that extent, with COVID, Rolls Royce has taken a huge dive. Rolls Royce used to sell at $10, $11, $12 a share consistently years ago, and now they are definitely down to, I think, $1.53 is what it closed out at on Friday. But let's take a look at this history very quickly, just so that we can have an idea of what I'm talking about, okay? So if we take a look at 2017, it's trading at $11.98 a share. 2018, $11.32. To me, if you were to draw a line through this, it's definitely trading at over $10 a share consistently, all the way until March of 2020, when COVID was off and running and they took a dive. The stock went all the way down to this low right here, off approximately $1.50 a share. So that being said, this tells me a lot about the stock. Rolls Royce, the company, was founded in 1906. Last year, its revenues were $11.8 billion. We're going to get into the financial statements here, but usually one of the things that I like to look at is stocks like this that have taken a beating, and I feel have a potential to have a comeback. So one of the reasons why they took a beating is obviously with COVID. If you're in aerospace, if you're in the airline industry, they provide airline engines to Boeing, to Airbus. They're going to be suffering due to COVID because we're not having any travel. On top of that, Rolls Royce primarily focused on larger engines for their big planes. And so with international travel being down, they're definitely suffering a lot more than some of their competitors. But I do have some good news coming up about Rolls Royce. So I've been really interested in this stock. Like I said, if you look at it, it currently is trading at $1.53 was the close on Friday. I definitely think, just based on past performance, being a good prediction of future performance, I do think this stock has great potential. Keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. This is only for my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. But like I said, this is a stock that I have been buying and will continue to buy. I'm going to show you my Robinhood account with this particular stock in it. And like I said, I'm very confident that it's going to continue to go up. I do believe it had a high point here in November of $3 a share. So I feel pretty confident that it's going to make a comeback in this range at some point. There are a couple other highs in there. I think one day, I'm pretty sure I saw the stock at $1.80 a share, $1.87 is what I remember. Don't quote me on that. But I remember it kind of went up one day and I thought about selling, but I'm going to hold out here for at least 12 to 24 months. I have a number in mind and I want to get to it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the financials. So before we get into the financials, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about all this investment advice. I'm not giving investment advice, but I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of people buying GameStop and different stocks, and I'm not an investment broker, and I'm not giving you investment advice, but I will give you this advice, which I think anybody would give you. Before you purchase any stock, I'm going to tell you guys, you need to do your research, you need to do your homework, and at least know what you guys are buying into. Don't go buying a stock and you have no idea why it's valued, what it's valued. And I think Warren Buffett said it best. A stock is only worth as much as someone's willing to pay for it. I don't know if that was Warren Buffett or whether that was just me, but that's true. A stock is only worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So that being said, let's take a look at their annual report for 2020. So if you take a look real quick, I'm not going to go into this and bore you guys to death with financial statements. Being that I came from a commercial banker background, I have a degree in mathematics, and on top of that, I'm just a kind of a nerd when it comes to economics. This stuff's interesting to me, but I don't want to bore you guys with it. But if you take a look here at 2020, total revenue of $11.8 billion. The cost of sales, that's what you need to pay attention to. Their cost of sales was $12 billion, which created a net loss of $210 billion. Commercial and administrative costs, $808 billion, for a total of $1.2 billion. Okay, so they basically in the hole. Long and short of it is that they were definitely in the hole in 2020. Now, I'm going to tell you the good news about Rolls Royce is that if you go ahead and go down to the balance sheet, so let's take a look at this balance sheet. What you guys want to look at, once again, I'm a bit of a nerd. I would probably look through all this, intangible assets, won't go into all that, maybe in later videos. If you guys want to put some questions and comments below, I'll be happy to answer them. But for our purposes, I'm going to keep this sweet and simple, and in layman's terms, what I want to look at and what you want to look at is cash equivalents, because cash is king, right? Cash rules everything around me. 2019, they had $4.4 billion, and in 2020, they only have $3.4 billion. Well, this makes sense if they lost essentially $1.2 billion in the previous year. They had the cash reserves to handle that. So that's a big positive. And for $3.4 billion, I'm going to take a sip. So once again, this is their balance sheet. And this is probably, to me, one of their biggest positives is this $3.4 billion. So now that we've taken a quick look at their income and their balance sheet, I'm going to talk really briefly about where they stand in their market. So currently they are the third largest manufacturer in this field of aerospace engines and power systems. Okay, their competitors are going to be essentially GE Capital. Now, GE Capital essentially has about 55% market share. They're also part owners of CFM. Okay, CFM has part of that, but the total that GE has, because they own CFM, is 55%. Under that is going to be Pratt & Whitney, which has essentially 30% market share. And then Rolls Royce is going to have 18% market share. They're going to be in third position. Okay, now that being said, once again, I told you that their primary business is the big engines that they sell to Boeing and Airbus. And if you look at the large engines, they are actually at the 55% market share, okay, with large engines. Because being at 55% market share essentially means that Rolls Royce does have the majority of the market share in large engines, but it also could be looked as a negative, because large engines are typically going to be on your international flights. And are people considering that international flights are going back to the same extent they were prior to COVID? I'm not 100% confident in that. Okay, but I still believe in Europe. I still believe in America. I still believe that we're going back to somewhat similar to what we were prior to COVID. So I have a lot of confidence in that. So that doesn't bother me as much. But it is interesting information to have. So this is their 2019 annual report, and I'll go ahead and show you what parts of their business they actually have. So they have power systems comprises 22%, civil aerospace is 51%, defense is 20%. Now ITP Aero, I'm not going to talk about that at all because essentially ITP Aero, they're getting ready to sell that portion of the business. So I don't think it has any relevance to the future of the company if they're going to be selling it anyways. So let's not even really talk about that. And it only comprises between that and non-core business. It only comprises 7%, excuse me. So there's really no reason to talk about that as much. Okay. So, what I'm going to tell you guys too, I'm going to give you guys a little cue. If you just Google it, okay, Google Rolls Royce 2020-2019 annual report, or any major company, their annual report is going to be available online. If you're interested in the stock, you're interested in the company, or if you're in a similar business, or if you have a business, I think reading through information like this is really going to help you guys develop business plans, run your own business. It's going to help you decide whether you want to purchase the stock or not. So that's what I'm here for. This is what this channel is about. Money, motivation, and entrepreneurship. If you guys like content like this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you've got questions about some of the stuff that we've talked about, don't forget to put that in the comments below. I know this video is definitely a little bit more technical than some of my other videos, and it's going to get even more technical in the future, but this is stuff that I have a lot of interest in, and I hope some of you guys do as well. All right, so what I wanted to show you guys next, right, is my actual Robinhood account and my actual shares that I have in the account. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up right now for us to take a look at. So what you're going to see here is actually my Robinhood account. I've been purchasing this stock for the last 6 months off and on. Whenever the stock is dipped, I purchased it. My average cost looks like it's $1.60 a share. And like I said, I have about 2,200 shares. I'm definitely confident that this share is going to continue to rise. It's gone down as low as $1.40 a share. And I've seen it as high as $1.87. I have no interest in selling this share until we hit $3, $4, $5 a share or greater. If you remember the history of the share, it was well in the $10 a share region. I'm actually considering just riding this thing out and continuing to put it in there until we get to that $10 a share. And then at that point, figure to do something else. I wanted to thank you guys for watching. This challenge for you guys is about that money, motivation, and entrepreneurship. And I'm here to help you guys grow. And I'm hoping you guys will help me as well. And to that extent, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I've actually had about 10,000 views over the last month or so, which I will definitely say I appreciate. It's definitely well beyond what I thought I would receive. Go ahead and continue to like, comment, subscribe. I'll continue to come up with great content like this in great ways that you guys can make money. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.